Time to verify. I'm Megan Maleros with a recap of stories you asked me to verify this week. We started with a question from News 2 viewer Barbara Lamana. Can you verify the road rules for the birds? By birds, Lamana means bird scooters. We've reported on them ever since the company dropped them off in Greensboro and Winston-Salem this summer, seemingly overnight. Both cities banned the scooters. The Greensboro City Council recently reinstated them with an ordinance. So what are the rules? For that, we consulted the Bird Company and looked at the Greensboro ordinance. Bird's rules include being at least 18 years old with a valid driver's license, one rider per scooter, and wearing a helmet. Also, no riding on sidewalks unless local law enforcement requires or allows it. Parking close to the curb, facing the street, those are two other rules, and never blocking the right-of-way. So the Greensboro ordinance essentially has the same rules with a few modifications. It strongly encourages helmets, does not require them, and if you park on the sidewalk, you have to leave a 6-foot wide clear pathway for pedestrians. Tuesday, we verified if dogs can eat your leftover Thanksgiving turkey scraps. To verify, I consulted the veterinarian blog called Vet Street and the American Kennel Club. Let's start with turkey meat. The American Kennel Club says plain turkey is not toxic to dogs. It's in a lot of dog food and is rich in protein. But here's the thing, people rarely cook turkey plain. It's usually doused in butter and herbs, which can cause indigestion or pancreatitis in dogs. What about turkey bones? The answer is no. Poultry bones are brittle. They can cause mouth injuries, chipped teeth, choking, constipation, rectal bleeding, etc. They can also pierce the stomach and intestinal linings. And then we received a viewer question about radon. Angela Jacobs wanted me to verify radon and the dangers of it in the home. Our sources are the EPA, the American Cancer Society, aircheckradon.com, and ncradon.org. Radon is a gas that is colorless, odorless, and radioactive. It forms when radioactive elements like uranium decay in soil and rocks. It gets inside homes, cracks, construction joints, service pipe gaps, and even the water supply. The EPA estimates 1 out of every 15 homes in the U.S. has an elevated radon level, 4 picocuries per liter or higher. Long-term exposure to radon can cause lung cancer. It causes an estimated 21,000 lung cancer deaths every year. You can buy a short or long-term test kit, or you can hire a certified professional. The EPA says testing all homes and apartments below the 3rd floor is recommended. If your levels are 4 PCI or above, identify and fix the problem. Seal off cracks and increase ventilation. That's your recap of some stories you asked me to verify this week. If you have an inquiry, send me a note or a selfie video of yourself asking the question. Post it on my Facebook page, Megan Maleros News, and write on my timeline, or email or tweet me. Let me get your questions verified.